Well, we're back here at the Hall of Technology, and today our little look on technology is digital citizenship, which is becoming a real hot topic. Just came back from the McCall conference, and there were several seminars about this whole area here. The first thing to look at is digital access. Can everybody have access to the internet and to computers? I think at school here we do a pretty good job, if you don't have access at home, to have enough access at school to complete your assignments and so forth. The the survey I took at the beginning of the school year showed about 96% of you have a computer and internet access at home. But that is not always the case, and in many places it becomes a social economic issue. The next area is commerce. Think of how often you go on iTunes or the App Store, on Amazon, and buy things. You've got to be careful. With the the use of credit cards. It's pretty easy to ring up a pretty good credit card bill because it doesn't feel like you're spending any money. I can remember eBay seemed like a couple 3 years ago was a lot bigger than it is now. But Amazon, I think, has become is one of the if not the leading internet seller, and it's just becoming more and more prevalent. I think everybody's using Amazon now. I know Best Buy and some stores, they're going to start, keeping their square footage of their new stores down because a lot of people would just go in, look at it, and then go back and buy it on Amazon. And so a lot of companies now are going to online sales. The next one here is digital communication, the exchange of information. Are you using email, texting, and some of your social networking appropriately? I know we've had the problem at school here of texting during content delivery. I don't think anybody really has a problem. You do it between classes, or you do it some downtime, or you do it at lunch. But once the class starts, put away your phones. Sometimes it's hard to believe you have that many texts during a day, and everyone's got to be answered within 20 seconds or whatever. The other thing which has come up is this whole idea of cheating. And it has happened where people are texting answers or questions to their friends, or even taking pictures and sending those to their buddies who are taking that test later on in the day. And again, it's the appropriate use of the technology. Digital literacy, teaching and learning about technology and the use of it. I feel we spend a fair amount of time in my classroom about technology. We're on Moodle. We have our Google Apps for Education. We have our Google Sites. We have our blog. We use Google Earth. We use Excel, a lot of the programs. And I think we do a pretty good job in my classroom, your classroom. I know there's other teachers who don't do as much, but it's not going away. It's going to be more and more prevalent in your lives, especially as you get into your post-high school plans. Digital etiquette, kind of standards of conduct and procedure. Think before you act. I keep talking about in class. It's just a matter of good manners. Be aware how your use of technology can affect others. You can get in these chat rooms and say things that are harmful to others. This whole idea of bullying, this online bullying. There's been fights caused because somebody said something on internet. Be appropriate. I know there's this whole idea of what's happened of the sexting and everything, and this has come back to haunt quite a few students. You got to remember that if you guys going to college and so forth, a lot of these colleges are going back and looking at what you put into on the internet. This whole idea of the digital footprint, which we talked earlier in the year about. Digital law, your responsibility for actions and your deeds. Are you hacking a site? Are you pirating or stealing copyrighted music? Are you bringing a virus and purposely putting onto the school server or the school website? and so forth? Are you, trying to backdoor get through the firewalls? Essentially, are you infringing on the rights of others? And you got to make sure you think about this, because we can go back and track this quite a bit, on the school computers. But again, common sense should rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Rights and responsibilities. It's interesting. Google has a saying, "Do no harm." Be respectful to everything you put out there, and be respectful when you use somebody else's material. Give credit where credit is due. The other thing, follow school rules. For asking you to do certain things with your cell phones or with the computers, follow school rules. They're there for a reason. And again, it's kind of the common sense and the whole idea of manners. The last one's this one's kind of interesting, is health and wellness. Part of this is physical. Are you, the old idea of carpal tunnel, are you doing too many repetitive motions? Are you lounging in your chair too much? All these can lead to chronic injuries over a sustained period of time. The other interesting one is your psychological well-being. For many people, the internet is addictive. That is really almost their alter ego. Excuse me. People have withdrawn from society because they're so wrapped up in the internet. And studies are starting to see more and more people as they spend all this time role-playing games on the internet till wee hours of the morning. Psychologically, they're starting to take that whole persona and having a hard time to interact with people face to face. I'll be honest, I kind of see this when you walk down the halls. People are always plugged into the music and everything. You say good morning, and you don't even get a response in return. So it's a fairly recent phenomenon there. I did not notice that a couple, 3 years ago. The last thing is, make sure you have digital security. Protect yourself. Make sure you use passwords that are appropriate. I know some of your guys' passwords are, I'd hate to say, they'll probably be fairly easy to crack. Make sure you protect the hardware and the network. Again, be respectful of the laptops and anything that we use in school here. Do not try to break or hack the network. Once you can do that, you might allow viruses to come in and so forth. Make sure you do have an identity out there. Every time you make a credit card purchase, every time you log into a site, that is your identity. And be mindful out there that there are people that want to steal that. Again, we've mentioned a little bit. Use appropriate passwords. I would like to give credit for this to Mike Ribble's book, Digital Citizenship. And if you're so interested, he goes into much more detail than I did on this. But as we go along through school this year, we'll keep coming back and reinforcing his ideas. So thank you very much, and we will catch you later.